Welcome to the annual Archibald MacIntosh Award ceremony. My name is Dan Gordon, President of the Societies of Haverford Alumni Group. Our group has been presenting the MacIntosh Award for over 50 years to the outstanding student from the sophomore class, who during their first year on campus emerged as the top scholar athlete. The list of winners is short, but incredibly distinguished. And this year I am pleased to add two names to that list: CORTLYN Morris for women's basketball and Ryan KREDELL for men's cross country and track and field. Congratulations, CORTLYN and Ryan. As we'll be hearing in just a few moments, your accomplishments as freshmen at Haverford are impressive, and we're looking forward to honoring and celebrating both of you tonight. As a former student athlete at Haverford, I understand the hard work, dedication, and discipline it takes to win the MacIntosh Award. As a parent, I'm also aware of the sacrifices your parents have made. Tonight, I encourage Ryan, CORTLYN, and your parents to enjoy each and every moment. You certainly deserve it. Before we begin tonight's ceremony, I'd like to take a moment to say a few words about our group. The Societies is actually the combination of two separate alumni groups that were formed by students over 125 years ago: Beta Rho Sigma and Triangle Society. These were students who cherished their experience at Haverford and the friendships they made during their time on campus, and simply wanted to maintain those special relationships beyond their time at Haverford. As for the composition of the two groups, I've been told the Triangle members were more academic and intellectual in nature, while Beta Rho members were more the athletic types on campus. The following is an excerpt from an address by President Edwards of Triangle Society upon taking office in 1941. The sentiment expressed applies equally to both Beta Rho and Triangle. President Edwards writes, "The Society is primarily a social organization based on undergraduate friendships and associations. Nearly all of us will agree that the most valuable things obtained from our 4 years at Haverford were the friendships and associations with our fellow students, and we will always regard our membership in the Society as a great privilege and opportunity, not only to cultivate and keep alive those old friendships, but to constantly form new ones from year to year." When I first joined Beta Rho back in 1990, I felt honored to be welcomed into a group with such camaraderie. The members would share memories of their experience at Haverford at annual off-campus dinners and golf outings. They were also curious to hear about the younger members' experiences. These informal meetings provided members from various generations an opportunity to meet up, reminisce, and reconnect. Beyond its social purpose, it was also important for the societies to serve the college, and the MacIntosh Award dinner was the group's way of recognizing Haverford's finest scholar athletes while honoring and remembering one of Haverford's most influential community members, Archibald MacIntosh. Please enjoy the ceremony tonight. We look forward to celebrating together next year when we can continue to keep alive those old friendships and form new ones. And before we begin, a special thanks to the athletic department for putting together tonight's ceremony. At this time, I'd like to introduce our President, Wendy Raymond, to say a few words. President Raymond will be followed by our Director of Athletics, Wendy Smith.
It is such an honor for me to be here with you to celebrate our MacIntosh Award winners, CORTLYN and Ryan. Congratulations, CORTLYN and Ryan, for being the top scholar athletes of your class. You exemplify what our scholar athletes exemplify for us here at Haverford College. You provide leadership for your teams, for yourself in your individual endeavors, and you bring the values of Haverford College to all that you do. Our values of integrity and of contributing to community come through in our recognition of you as exceptional leaders here at Haverford College. And those contributions of integrity and contributions to community are ones that we couldn't do without here at Haverford. It's part of what drew you here, and it's part of why we're so grateful to have you as members of our community. I also want to recognize that your teammates contribute these day in and day out, and all the members of our scholar athlete community do that as well. This is what makes athletics so important, so exceptional, and so central to what we do at Haverford. That is your leadership, your value in contributing not only to just your own team, but to the Haverford community as a whole, and we all profit from that in your contributions. And I see it also in your contributions to the world at large. I know that those will only continue as time goes on. And so we're here today to celebrate you in your accomplishments as first-year students and to celebrate the promise that you have going forward, but not on your own. You will go forward with the continuing and ebullient support of our athletic staff, of your faculty members, of your classmates, your teammates, and all of us at Haverford College. Kudos to you for how you're doing, even in such an incredible time in human history. We thank you for all that you are and all that you will be, and please know that we are here with you every step of the way. Congratulations.
Welcome to this evening's 2020 Archibald MacIntosh Award ceremony. First, I want to thank and recognize Dan Gordon for his steadfast support of Haverford Athletics and his continued stewardship of the Archibald MacIntosh Award. Dan was a first-year student when I was a senior, and while I could share many stories, I will simply say that Dan made an impact from his arrival on campus, and it comes as no surprise to me that he is still, just a few years later, making an impact on Haverford Athletics now. Tonight's celebration gives us the opportunity not only to recognize CORTLYN and Ryan for their academic and athletic excellence, but also to remember our alumnus, Archibald MacIntosh, and his excellence both as a student athlete at Haverford and afterward in his many years of service to Haverford College. A special thank you to his grandson, Bill MacIntosh, who will join us this evening to provide his personal insight into his grandfather's legacy. Bill takes on this role following in the footsteps of his father, Charlie, who is not able to join us tonight, but who for many years provided humorous and insightfully wonderful stories about Archibald MacIntosh. Transitioning from high school to college is filled with many challenges. Attending and excelling at a rigorous academic institution such as Haverford with a nationally competitive athletic program is no easy task. I admire and commend CORTLYN and Ryan for their ability to achieve the level of academic and athletic success that they did during their first year on campus. In addition to their own success, they played critical roles in supporting the success of their teams. CORTLYN led the Centennial Conference in block shots while helping the women's basketball team win its second consecutive conference basketball championship and compete in the NCAA championship tournament. Ryan, who was the highest placing Haverford first year at the NCAA championship since 1993, helped lead the men's cross country team to second place in the conference championships, third place at regionals, and 27th at the NCAA championships. CORTLYN and Ryan are well deserving of this year's award and are representative of their teammates and all of Haverford's student athletes who strive to excel both academically and athletically at Haverford. Congratulations and best of luck in the rest of your career at Haverford.
Thanks, Wendy. The award we're presenting tonight is named in honor and memory of Archibald MacIntosh, class of 1921, known by many as Mac. Mac was Mr. Haverford from the late 1920s to the early 1960s as he served many roles on campus. Besides being an alumnus of Haverford, Mac was also a coach, director of athletics, professor of psychology, Haverford's first director of admissions and dean of freshmen, vice president of the college, chief advisor to 4 presidents of Haverford, and on 2 occasions, Mac was acting president of Haverford. We're honored to have Archibald's grandson Bill represent the MacIntosh family tonight at this prestigious award ceremony. I want to thank you, Bill, for agreeing to tape a video for the event. We're all looking forward to hearing you speak about this great man from Haverford's past from a grandson's point of view.
Hi, my name is Bill MacIntosh, and it's my pleasure on behalf of the MacIntosh family to congratulate CORTLYN Morris and Ryan KREDELL for winning the Archibald MacIntosh Award. And thanks to the societies and Haverford Athletics for inviting me to say a few words about my grandfather. CORTLYN and Ryan, I've heard a bit about each of your accomplishments as first-year students in basketball and cross-country and track. They are truly impressive. I know it must be hard now to have athletics competition on pause with the pandemic, but hang in there. Hopefully we'll get through this at some point and things will be back to normal and you can compete again very soon. And I hope what I'm about to share about my grandfather provides a little reassuring perspective and maybe even some inspiration. So why was this award named after Archibald MacIntosh? Well, during his time at Haverford, he was very much a student athlete. He loved the college and went on to make almost his entire career here as a coach, a faculty member, dean, and twice as interim president. But I think naming the award for him honored not only him for his accomplishments and love of Haverford, but also for his philosophy. For him, athletics and academics were integral parts of the college experience. I think he saw athletics as another form of education, a complement really to classroom learning. But for someone they would come to call Mr. Haverford, ironically, in his first year, things didn't get off to a great start. He was very shy, didn't know anybody, and really didn't feel like he fit in. But it was on the athletic field that he discovered a sense of belonging and community, and it was a place where he could excel. And it was a place where others began to see in this quiet guy, somebody developing into a leader. He came to be the captain of the track team and the football team. And yes, Haverford had a football team in those days. They even beat the University of Delaware in 1921. Now, you may think, well, what do I have in common with somebody who was a student at Haverford 100 years ago? Well, he also had to face a pandemic, the Spanish flu. I wish I could share some of his insights with that, but he didn't really talk about it too much. Well, as challenging as this pandemic is, in one way, it was even worse in 1917. America had joined World War I, and Archibald MacIntosh went to a Quaker college and married a Quaker. He himself was not one. He felt the need to serve, so he deferred enrolling at Haverford and enlisted in the Army. He was in officer training at Coastal Artillery School in Virginia during the height of the war and the Spanish flu pandemic. The war ended before he saw action, and I never heard if he got the flu. After his student days at Haverford, Archibald MacIntosh continued athletic pursuits. He mountain climbed in the Rockies and in Alaska. His son-in-law, who was from a Swiss mountaineering family, taught him how. And he loved to sail, not so much on little boats on lakes, but big boats on the ocean. As an academic, he could not afford a yacht by a long shot, but a friend with a racing boat invited him to crew, and he learned navigation. They would sail up and down the Atlantic coast in the summers, and several times they competed in the Newport to Bermuda race across open ocean. He served as the navigator, responsible for getting the boat safely to that island in the middle of the Atlantic in an era before GPS or Loran systems. From the old photos of him and his crewmates, I imagine he felt a similar sense of camaraderie to his college days, playing athletics. So I'm going to share a discovery with you. Last year, I was cleaning out my parents' house, helping them downsize. And it was a house that my grandparents had been in for many years. And as I was separating the treasure from the junk, I came across a trove of papers in the basement and found this. It says, United States Navy, Bureau of Naval Personnel, takes pleasure in presenting the Certificate of Appreciation to Dean Archibald MacIntosh in grateful recognition of meritorious personal service during World War II, 1946. So I was proud and impressed, but also totally baffled. Mackie, as we called him, I knew was in the Army in World War I, not in the Navy in World War II. He was in his 40s then and had been at pacifist Quaker Haverford College for years. So I asked my dad, what is this? And while his memory is not what it used to be, a smile came over his face, and he said, Mackie taught navigation to naval officers in training, I think down at Penn. So the things you learn going through the family papers in the basement. So years after he had been in the Army, he again felt the need to serve his country to meet this challenge in the Second World War, teaching him what he had learned from sailing, navigation. Took the story of how we can find ways to serve to meet the challenges of our time, provides you with some inspiration too. We could all use a bit of that right now. So CORTLYN and Ryan, again, congratulations and best wishes for your future success at Haverford and far beyond. I hope we can meet in person at next year's ceremony. So all the best. Take care.
Thanks, Bill. And thanks for representing the MacIntosh family at this year's event. And now I would like to introduce two of my favorite Haverford coaches, Bobby Morgan and Tom Donnelly. First up will be Bobby Morgan, who will say a few words about CORTLYN, followed by Tom Donnelly, who will speak to us tonight about Ryan.
Hi, everyone. I'm so honored to be speaking to you tonight and to be able to present the MacIntosh Award to women's basketball sophomore CORTLYN Morris. I've been lucky enough to attend the MacIntosh dinner almost every year, and it's always such an amazing night, gathering with Dan Gordon and the alums, hearing their stories about the days of Haverford long gone, and sharing their enthusiasm for this place that we all love so much. There's so many things about this night that are special to me. First is Dan Gordon's absolute boyish enthusiasm and passion for Haverford College when he speaks about his time here and this award, which is so special and dear to him. I also love this night because it's an opportunity to hear stories about Archibald MacIntosh, whose memory we honor tonight with this award. And by all accounts and everything I've ever heard, MacIntosh had this sixth sense, an ability to look beyond just standardized test scores and grades and to size up an applicant's potential for Haverford. Those of us in athletics really value that because we understand that there is so much more to a person beyond grades and beyond test scores, and that we often build strong relationships with prospectives and their families on a very personal level and learn so much about them, things that you can't measure. I think one of the neat things about this night, though, is that it celebrates both academic and athletic excellence, and inevitably all of those intangibles that make a person special. Most important thing about this night, though, is that it gives us a chance to recognize a special Haverford athlete or two, whose combinations of athletic and academic excellence stand out from what is always an amazing first-year class. One of our core values in Haverford athletics is that we want to strive for excellence in everything we do. I think that is one of the neat things about this night is that we really get a chance to celebrate that core value tonight. I can assure you that CORTLYN Morris is someone who strives for excellence in everything she does. And by all accounts, CORTLYN Morris had an excellent year. I'm very, very proud that she joins her current teammate, senior Juliana Clark, as another MacIntosh Award winner from our Haverford women's basketball team. Court joined a team that returned 3 starters after winning a Centennial Conference championship. But from the moment she arrived, she made us better. Her play was instrumental in helping our team win a second straight conference title. And just like Juliana Clark 3 years ago, Court played the role of our 6th woman off the bench, coming in and providing an instant lift to our team. She was fortunate to be mentored by some excellent seniors who kind of taught her the ropes and taught her the way that we play and helped her get better every day. She averaged 5.5 points and 5.4 rebounds, and perhaps even more impressive, was 3rd on our team in assists. As a post player, that's kind of unusual. But it was her Centennial Conference leading 66 blocks that really tell the story. She is only the 4th player in Centennial Conference history and only the 3rd Haverford player in any year to lead the conference in block shots in a single season. And it really was no surprise. In high school, CORTLYN led her Bound Brook High School team to 4 straight championship games, 1 state title, and every year she led the entire state of New Jersey in block shots for 4 years, scoring 1,000 points along the way. But in keeping with the spirit of the MacIntosh Award and looking beyond just those numbers, Court's impact on our team was immeasurable because of the many intangibles. The things you can't measure are often the most important and often the most telling. Her presence changed our team. Defense has always been a hallmark of Haverford women's basketball, and CORTLYN's ability to block shots, intimidate opponents, rebound, and shut down people inside really added a new dimension to our team this year. Her work ethic is unmatched. CORTLYN strives for perfection in everything she does. She's a fierce competitor, she brings a drive to win, and it's contagious among her teammates. And the thing that may be the most important, CORTLYN Morris is flat out gritty. And this is the quality we value the most in our Haverford women's basketball players. In high school, CORTLYN suffered 2 really serious knee injuries, both requiring surgery, and each time she came back stronger and even more focused on her goals. I will never forget in July of her junior year in high school, she sent me an email and basically described that she'd had this devastating knee injury. It did not deter her a bit. She remained focused on her goals and said, I want to attend a school with great academics and great athletics. And those are the students that do and thrive at Haverford, who understand what we are all about. Her AAU coach, John Griff, who is a good friend and has sent us 4 New Jersey Panthers in recent years, described her as a culture carrier, a great family person, someone with a great work ethic. And Coach Griff assured me we were getting someone special. We really have. Affectionately known as Courty Court by her classmates and named that way by teammate and classmate Kayla Robinson, Court is more than just a scholar athlete. She's a great sister to Lauren, a great daughter to her parents, Charity and Dave, who attend so many of our games. She carries herself with a quiet confidence. She's thoughtful, bright, coachable, teachable, always wants to please. Never was that more evident than in the waning moments of last year's Centennial Conference title game. With the game on the line and our team up by 2, in the final seconds, she grabbed a Gettysburg rebound and was immediately fouled. After some back and forth on the bench, we told her to make the first free throw and intentionally missed the second, as Gettysburg had no timeouts and a missed shot would end the game. Now, intentionally missing a shot is not an easy thing to do sometimes, but CORTLYN followed the directions perfectly, as she always tries to do, sealing the win for our team and helping us win the conference championship back-to-back and earn our 3rd straight NCAA tournament berth in the process. And it was really only fitting that our team perfectionist, our wicked shot blocker with a relentless drive to win, would help put the finishing touches on our championship. CORTLYN will be majoring in math at Haverford, and I'm beyond confident that she'll be doing great things. She's an amazing person. She's kind and caring. She works so very, very hard. I encourage her to strive for perfection, but understand that we will not always attain it, but to keep shooting for it, because that's the way to become great. Court, we're so very grateful that you're here with us at Haverford. I want to congratulate you on this really, really special honor. I thank Dan and all the members of the society for continuing to honor the Archie MacIntosh and his family with this amazing award. And I wish you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Hello, I'm CORTLYN Morris. I would first like to start off by thanking everyone in the athletic department and all those involved in selecting the winners of this award for making this possible tonight. I would like to congratulate Ryan on his outstanding first year as well. I cannot express how truly grateful I am to have been selected as one of the co-recipients for the MacIntosh Award this year. Now I would like to thank all of my coaches for providing me with the opportunity and tools needed to be successful athletically, as well as all of my teammates who have pushed me to be my best, both on and off the court. I would also like to thank all of the professors that I have been fortunate enough to come into contact with in my short time here at Haverford for their dedication to teaching me and helping me succeed in the classroom. Lastly, I would like to thank all of my friends and family for their continued support in all aspects of my life, especially my parents for all that they have done for me this far. I chose to come to Haverford because I wanted to go to a small college that would provide me with both high-intensity academics and athletics. Not only has Haverford provided me with those things, but it is also in a perfect location that has so many things nearby to do and has so many amazing people that I have been lucky enough to get to know better. Even beyond that, I have been provided with numerous opportunities that I never would have expected to have coming into college, and I am extremely grateful for that. In my first year at Haverford, there were so many exciting memories that I know I'll always cherish. When I talk about my first season, I cannot ignore the fact that I was able to be a part of a team that won the Centennial Conference 2 years in a row for the first time in the school's history. I was surrounded by players who were breaking records and putting on amazing performances when we needed it most, and that brought us to my first, and hopefully not last, Centennial Conference Championship and NCAA tournament run. This is not something that every first-year athlete can say, and I am extremely proud that I am among the percentage that can. Being a top scholar athlete is another thing that I'm extremely proud of. Every student that goes to school here is extremely bright, so I know this is not an easy task to accomplish. Haverford has challenged the way I think about many topics, and I have had to put in a great amount of work to get where I am now. I have had to be disciplined about setting time aside for my work, and basketball was able to help me do that by keeping me on a regular schedule. Overall, I am so thankful for being at Haverford and having been surrounded by people who gave me all the resources and support I needed to succeed. Thank you again for this amazing opportunity.
Hi, I'm Tom, the men's cross country and track coach, and I'm here tonight to add to the congratulations to CORTLYN and Ryan on their great achievement on winning this year's MacIntosh Award. Like in all the years I've been here, I think the two greatest awards for student athletes that we give out, and it kind of bookends the whole thing. Like the MacIntosh Award is for the top freshman student athlete. The Ambler Award is for the senior who has the highest senior student athlete with the highest GPA at the end of their 4 years. Both awards are named after long time Haverford admissions directors who had an enormous impact on the college for like at least half a century with the two of them combined. But just to put some perspective on this, we've had on our team a number of athletes win this award. There's also an award beyond the Haverford Award. It's a national award for student athletes, the NCAA Postgraduate Scholarship, and we've also had a number of athletes win that. And it's a very, very difficult award to achieve. And I think we've had 11 guys over the years win that NCAA scholarship thing. But the thing that just amazed me when I was looking up our MacIntosh winners compared to the NCAA scholarship winners is that of those 11 guys who won the NCAA scholarship, 5 of the 11 were not only All-Americans, they were national champions. And yet none of those 5 individuals won the MacIntosh Award when they were here, which to me just goes to show just how tough it is and how competitive and how many great student athletes we do have here at Haverford. And so again, that's why it's just like an enormous achievement for CORTLYN and Ryan to do this. But Ryan's place on our team as a freshman, like beyond just being our number one guy at the end of the season, which is the meet that counts the most, the national championships, and he came in 46th place, and I think 45th or 46th, and just missed making All-American by a matter of 6 seconds. And we've only had 2 athletes in the history of our program to finish higher than that. One did make All-American, Mike Shealy, back in 1978, and the other, Carl Piranha, in 1993, in his freshman year, just missed making All-Americans, probably by about the same margin as Ryan just missed. So Ryan, obviously, athletically, is in great company, and I'm sure that he's going to continue over the rest of his career to add to his achievements. But the thing that even beyond his athletic and his academic achievements that impresses me is just his strength of character, which is so evident in how he interacted with his other teammates, how he added to their success, how he took from the lessons that the older guys were trying to impart to the freshmen, and did it with real humility and a real strength of character, which knowing his background and his great family and stuff like that is no surprise to me or to any of his teammates that he is this type of person. So again, like congratulations to Ryan and to CORTLYN, and we look for great things for both of them in the future. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ryan KREDELL. I run cross country and distance track at Haverford. I'd like to start off by thanking the Beta Rho Sigma Alumni Society for presenting the Archibald MacIntosh Award. It's really an honor to be presented with this and to be one of the recipients. When I was looking at Haverford, I remember as a senior, one of the things that really drew me to it even before I applied was the strong sense of community and caring that was present throughout all the aspects of the campus. And I think this was really demonstrated when I was on my spec visit with as one of the upperclassmen, and I went to go meet with Tom, who coaches cross country and track. And Tom spent probably an hour and a half to 2 hours with me, showing me his notebooks and journals from over the years, with various goats that he had coached and all of their different workouts and the progress they made. And he spent a lot of time talking to me just about what it would be like in the program and about how incredible all of the guys on the squad were. And it really just meant a lot to me at the time. And even now, looking back, that he would have, dedicated such a big part of his day to just another prospect that might not even have, or for all he knew, was not even going to come to Haverford. So the fact that he was willing to treat me like I meant a lot to the program even before I was a part of it meant a lot to me, and really just showed me the overall caring aspects that Haverford has. And I was really made to feel welcome too during my first year experience by all of my professors, who were incredibly accommodating for any needs I had. It was never too hard for them to make time for any of my needs, whether it was going over a problem set or studying something from class, just to help me reach my goals personally. I think one thing during my freshman year especially that just showed me the true sense of family that is especially present within the goats and as well at all of Haverford was at Tom's 45th coaching anniversary, where probably like 100 to 200 old goats showed up from previous years among the current team as well. And it was so cool to realize how big the program I was a part of was, because it wasn't just me and my teammates, or even the guys that had just graduated last year. Like every single person, even the guys that had graduated 40 years ago, still cared and still knew exactly what being a goat and going to Haverford meant to them. And that was that no matter who else goes there, you're always family and you don't even need to know them. So that was really incredible to see. I really don't think I could have had the success that I had during my first year without the help of so many people. First of all, my parents, they've supported me through everything. They've been there at every single meet they could be at, and they even came to a few ones during college. So I really couldn't ask for any more from them. And they were so helpful too, with just helping me choose somewhere that would fit my academic needs as well. I can't thank my coaches enough. Tom, JB, Matt have all been so supportive and helpful, not just to me, but to every single member of the team. They've been so helpful and just an incredible guiding force for us. And like I said before, all of my professors, I was so lucky, and I guess really not lucky at Haverford. You know that you're going to be getting good professors. They care about every student. And they all just really helped me achieve my academic goals as well. So thank you again.
In closing, I would like to thank all of our wonderful speakers at tonight's ceremony. Your participation in this event has helped make this a special evening for CORTLYN, Ryan, and their families. Thank you all very much. Once again, I would like to congratulate CORTLYN and Ryan for your outstanding accomplishments during your freshman year at Haverford and for being selected as this year's co-winners of the Archibald MacIntosh Award. Congratulations, guys. I'm truly impressed. I also want to thank both of you for not only representing yourselves, but your teams and the Haverford community in such an exemplary manner. Finally, I would like to wish both of you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors. I have no doubt that you will both be incredibly successful in whatever you choose to pursue. Thank you all for being here tonight. That concludes our ceremony. I look forward to seeing everyone on campus in the near future. I miss you all. Stay safe and stay well.